Hi guys, it's April, and this, I guess, is the start of my live stream. Someday I'll actually know how to properly start these streams. I'm always so stinking awkward. It's a thing. This is why I don't go out into public much. Tweet it out real quick, as per usual. And there we go. Hi, Elizabeth. Okay. Hi, Melissa. Okay, so the plan is, hi, Candace. The plan today is to finish up this page. I've only got a few details I want to do, but I wanted to do it on stream with you guys. And then I stumbled across this beautiful, beautiful Polychromos hex chart that I wanted to fill out. And it just so happens that I have all of these brand new Polychromos that I haven't swatched yet. So that's going to be a thing. Hi, Robin. So we are going to fill this out. We are going to put in my new colors on this one and finish that one. Think I covered everything multiple times? Let's do this. Hi, Charlotte. Okay, so what I was thinking is there's some of these like really weird spots like right here, and then there's some of these random like vines that just stick out random places. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna try and make something of them, possibly. I don't know. We'll see how this goes. I'm gonna be making this up as I go. But that's neither here nor there. So I figured this right here, I'd kind of make it a purple flower. I don't know if that's right, but it is now. So I have my V15, my V05, and my V09 that I used for all the other purple flowers. Well, I'm glad you stopped in for a little while, Melissa. Hi, Lynn. Ooh, let's see if I can get this open. Hi, Grace. Gracelyn? Gracelyn, is that how you say your name? I apologize. I am horrible, horrible at names. I'm so excited to see you guys all in the chat. Hi to everybody in the chat. That was an all-encompassing hi because I have a feeling that I'm going to get distracted. Okay, let's see if I can... Maybe? Well, let's see. Okay, good. That's a dark. I believe this is the middle. It's weird how your perspection on what each of these things are changes a little bit when you start coloring things in. Because maybe I just want to color that part. Hi, Melanie. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I had an interesting time trying to decide what I was going to do for these flowers. Okay, so the greens I used are all in these pit pens. So I have 171, I have 174, and I have 170. Oh, thank you, Ashley. Yeah, I kind of like the hair too. Someday, maybe I will color my hair that way. That would be fancy. Let's see, so like I said, there's these random little squiggles everywhere that I want to solidify a little bit and give them some substance. Bring in a little down this way. And I'm probably not going to do a background. I'm still not confident enough to do that. Maybe someday. I have gotten a few gelatos that I want to start playing around with. And once I get comfortable with those, you might see me do some backgrounds and suches with those. But it's definitely a different medium. I don't quite know how to work with them yet. Kind of like that. Oops. Let me pull that up a little bit so you guys can see what I'm doing. So, how has everybody's week been going so far? We actually survived the first full week with the pups, and no one has killed anybody yet, which is a plus. Both of them are actually down here right now just snoring like you would not believe. And we've started introducing the cat to them. We actually let the gate open last night, and one of them came out and hung out with us for a little while, which I count as a success. The one in the video that I posted yesterday was Albus. He is the lover of the two, and he wants to be in absolutely everything that you are doing. Ooh, that would be a pretty combination, Ashley. I might borrow that idea the next time I have to color hair. Yeah, he's a sweetheart. He's my shadow. So he'll stand right next to me as I'm doing dishes. And then he's one of those ones that as soon as you sit down on the couch, your lap is no longer yours. Yeah, I have a feeling that the puppies are going to be showing up quite often when I'm filming, because they tend to just kind of chill and not get too rambunctious, which is nice. So depending how things go, they might be sitting next to me when I'm filming my reviews or my wrap-ups or whatever. And I've got my fingers crossed that someday the kitties and the puppies will just snuggle together. Or they'll even be willing to like sit next to each other. It'll happen. It'll just be a slow introduction process. But other than that, I mean, I've done my reading wrap up and I haven't read anything between then and now. I'm I filmed my coloring wrap up, so hopefully I can get that edited and posted tomorrow. There's honestly not a lot on there because life, but it's one of those things that I'm still gonna post. It'll probably be like maybe a minute long. Go you, Robin. You are just a reading machine. Yeah, most of the time right now, whenever I sit down, I find my eyes closing and I just kind of pass out. It's bad. And then I think I have to decide what story I'm going to pick for this picture. But I want to do another one of my pages and story videos with this picture since I've got it all recorded. So if you guys have any idea what fairy tale you think would go well with this picture, let me know. Hi, Kim. Is that the title of the book, Elizabeth? A Strange Book? Or was it a strange book? You see what I'm saying? Because it could go either way. Okay, so I think for the most part, we've got a lot of that done. I just I wanted to go through. I've got RV000 Pale Purple that I want to go through, and I want to give her just a little pink. It's not, as you can tell, it's not a very dark pink, but I just wanted to add a little bit of color to her lips and such. Just to give it a little bit of definition, and in the corners of her eyes. Okay. And then I have my handy dandy Poscas. Ooh, I enjoyed Renegades, Ashley. I don't know if you did or not, but I'm interested to see where the rest of that series goes. Okay, I have junk all over the tip of my Posca. This is the, what is this one? This is the 0.7. So I kind of just, holy cow, let me clean that off just a smidge. Just want to give everything a little bit of depth. Fractured Earth. Ooh, zombies. Nope, can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it. Zombies are, nope. 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 There's something about zombies. I can't do it. So more power to you, though. Yep. On the other hand, my husband is fascinated by zombies. Just trying to give the metal pieces a little bit of highlight so that It feels like it's got a shine to it. Because that metallic coloring didn't quite go down the way I expected it to. Hi, Kayla. So. Just to give it a little bit of life. If you know what I mean. Some kind of like that. I don't think there is much else I want to do to this picture. Question is, did I miss anything? Can you guys see where? I don't think I missed anything. I think we're done. So if that is the case, like I said, there wasn't much left for me to do on this picture. I just kind of wanted to finish it with you guys so that I also, the left, there are a couple little leaves. Oh, yep, right here. There's one right here. Oh, and a line right there. Oh, you guys have eagle eyes. Let me get the greens back out. Hi, Sky, and anybody else that I missed coming in? Okay. I got this one right here. I also noticed this right here. I colored that real quick. Oh, I'm excited, Kimberly. Oh, yep, no. When I first ordered this book too, waiting for it, the shipping was the hardest. But totally worth it. There we go. I think we're complete now. Whoops, and that was me getting too excited and hitting my light. Ta-da! I declare her done, at least for now. It's one of those things that I might look back on in the future and be like, oh, I could add this here. I could add this here. And that's just what I do. But I think we are going to move on to the color charts now. So this is the color chart that I actually created for myself. It's a little dirty, I apologize. It's been well loved. So it's got both my Polychromos and my Pit pens so that I can see how the colors overlap. But since I have all of these new colors, I wanted to add them onto this chart. So we're gonna have an adventure trying to find where these colors are. So this one, I believe, is the ivory. Yes, this is 103 ivory, which apparently the pen is a little more yellow than the pencil. Okay, and I think the rest of the colors are going to be all in this range over here because I wanted to pick up more polys that I could do skin tones with. So this one is 189 cinnamon, which is right here. So the idea in my brain at one point in time was to use the pens as a base and then use the colored pencils over top of them. That really never happened. But that's okay, I'm still learning. Okay, this is 132 light flesh right here. So, I mean, the colors sort of relate, but this light flesh and the pen, yeah. So the colored pencil is a lot pinker, which is good to know. Let's see. Then I've got 177 walnut brown, which I believe is right down here. And as you can tell, I do not have a full set of the colored pencils. Slowly but surely. I thought about doing a swatch book, Kayla, but I just like having the piece of paper that I can carry and not have to worry about the whole rest of the book. I do have a book where I keep my color combinations, though, that I really like. So this is 180 raw umber. That, and like I said, I wanted to see how these colored pencils and the Pitt pens related to one another. And is it just me? These are really, really close. I mean, they're a little different, but they're really close. Nice, Elizabeth. I think I'm at like 113 books so far this year. I mean, it's nowhere near where I've been previously, but I'm giving myself some slack. Okay, so this is 178 Nougat. So the puppy is snoring right now, and it is the most adorable thing ever. Yes, I do. Okay, so I don't know if I have it in the description right now. Hold on, let me check. I do not have the link in my description. Why do I not have the link in my description? I have a video where I fill in this chart for both the Pitt pens and the Polychromos, and it is linked on that video. And maybe if we're patient, my wonderful husband will put the link on the chat. But yeah, I have a Dropbox link that you can just download the PDF of this creation, and then you can go and use it however you want. Okay. And this is 175 dark sepia. This is down here.
What am I looking for?
The Faber-Castell color chart.
Okay.
There should be a poly and a pit video. And then as soon as I'm done adding these colors, I'll switch over to the hex chart that I found. And then of course, I will definitely link Sandy Alnock's website as well, where you can pick up that chart. Because I love her Copic chart, because this is the chart I have for my Copics, and it is absolutely amazing. And I went back and I looked at her website and I saw that she had a hex version. And I'm like, yes, please. This is 169 cap. I'm not even going to say that right. Caput mortem. That sounds very ominous. Okay, yeah, that'll be the link to the video, and in the description of that video, it'll have a link to the color chart, I believe. And if not, I'll also put the link in the description of this video after I'm done. Okay, so here is 192 Indian Red. And I'm also going to have to reconfigure my colored pencil book because I don't have any slots left in my current one. Okay, and then this one is 188 Sanguine. I think that's how you say that.
I like that word.
Okay, so that is all of my new colors added, so that I can compare my pits and my my pits and my polys. But that now means we get to fill out this beautiful, beautiful hex chart. It's so pretty. So this was created by Sandy Alnock. And if you go to sandyalnock.com, I don't know if you can see that, you can find all of her hex charts. I believe she's got one for Copic, she's got one for polys. I think she's got two more, and I can't remember which colored pencils they're for, but they're ones that I didn't have, so I didn't really get all that excited about it. Yeah, Grace, if you go to sandyalnock.com, so SANDYALLNOCK.com, and if you just search her website for hex charts, she's got a series of them for different medium. Okay, so I have my beautiful colored pencil case, which all you can see is bright pink right now. But I have my polys, and then I got one gold Faber, and then I've got my Irigens. But with the addition of the new colored pencils I got, I'm gonna have to rearrange that. But for now, we are just going to fill in this beautiful hex chart just to get a feel for it, which means you get to see these colors again. I apologize. Okay, so 188 Sanguine. Where did the 188 go? Where could it be? Ah, here we go. I don't mind the Irigens. They are definitely a harder lead than the polys, and so you have to work with them differently. And I like the Irigens because of the light colors that they have. And so they complement what I have in my polys. And sometimes I'll use them together, but they're not easiest to use together. Oops. Trying to figure out how to do this without bumping my camera. So let me color a darker spot and fade it out a little bit. We've got the Indian red 192. Okay, we are up here. It's definitely different coloring in a hex rather than a square. That's taking a little bit getting used to. So if I'm a little messy, I apologize. Because I do want to show a little bit of the color variance that you can get if you press harder and lighter. Okay, Kayla, thank you for joining. That would be very, very impressive, Robin. Yeah, the Irigens, to me, they have a nice pastel-y neutral tone. And I have been contemplating the Holbeins for that reason, since they're a softer lead and they have some of those same colors. And then I would use the polys and the Holbeins together, and then try the Gold Faber and the Irigens together, since both of those are a harder lead. But I don't know. Just playing and experimenting. Okay, so this is the ivory, which is 103. 103, 103. Ah, down here. You can sort of see that a color is going down. Yeah, that's what I've heard, Grace. So like I said, I don't know. I don't know. Oh, Anne isn't streaming today? I did not know that. Well, I hope she's okay. Okay, so this is the cinnamon, which is 189. Guessing it's in this area somewhere. Yes, right here. Part of me wishes that I had hex charts like this for all of my markers and colored pencils. Just because they're amazing. I might, I didn't even think about that until just now. I might print this off again for my Pitt pens. Maybe. And fill in the Pitt pens. Or maybe fill out one with both of them. I don't know. Okay, I will definitely get the Holbeins. Oh goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I mean, I've been eyeballing them for quite a while, but I mean, they are an investment. And I might start with the pastel set and someday maybe get the full set, but 1, 3, 2, light flesh. 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2. Where? Oh, right there, right next to cinnamon. Which makes sense. There's just so many possibilities with this hex chart. Because as I was just sitting here mumbling, I mean, it might be fairly interesting if I colored like half of the hex with the colored pencil and then half of the hex with the Pitt pen. But I'll try it with the colored pencils first. Okay, let's see. This is the walnut brown, 177. We're over here. I don't know if any of you guys find this interesting, but there's something about color charts and swatching colors that I find oddly. It's one of those things that sometimes I just turn them on in the background and it's very soothing. It's like whale noises or thunderstorms. Yes, I am an oddball. Ooh, I lost track of the chat. Oh, okay, yeah, I'm glad you guys are finding the hex chart. Okay, so this is 169. The mortem. It is such a pretty reddish brown.
What's the full name?
Caput mortem. Are you looking up what it means?
Yep.
My guess is something death, but
C-A-P-U-T?
yep.
Deadhead.
Really?
Yeah.
It means deadhead?
Yep. Or worthless remains.
Well, that's unfortunate. Worthless deadhead. Well, that's sad for such a pretty color. It's got a very sad name.
It's also called cardinal purple sometimes.
Well, I can see where the purple some kinds, or it can come into play. Yay, Melody! Oh, well, I'm glad that you guys are finding these useful too, because like I said, I absolutely love her hex charts. I think it's just because of the way my brain works, and so I can see how the colors relate to each other rather than just in a line. Okay. 180, which is the raw umber. Because, I mean, don't get me wrong, I mean, color swatching in a line like that is helpful too, but sometimes you can find how colors relate to each other in a way you just didn't think about before because of a more active color chart rather than just putting it down to paper. I don't know if that just made any sense. And then we'll get to see all we'll need to pick up. Because one thing about this color chart right here is the fact that there are colors in the pits that aren't in, and there are also colors in the polys that aren't in the pits. So you'll never actually complete this chart. I don't know how I feel about that, but you won't ever complete this chart. Whereas this right here, since it's all the polys, it's completable. Oh goodness, I wish I was sophisticated about my pencil sharpening, but I'm really not. So when my roommate left, she left a pencil sharpener and I stole it. So right now, just use this Prismacolor pencil sharpener. It works. Someday maybe I'll actually, you know, yeah. Wait, okay. I get distracted easily. Bright, shiny objects. Okay, and then this is the 178, which is the nougat. Where are you? Why can't I find you? I really need your space. No, but really, why can't I find it? 178. I was assuming it's up in this area. We got 7.6, 7. Oh, he's right there. It's right next to raw umber. Oh my goodness. There we go. Ah. There we go. Okay. I think we're back. It's like my phone is showing us back. Okay, there we go. We are back. I apologize for that. We're going to pretend like it didn't happen. And ooh, I don't know how I feel about being on a big screen. You have a 3-ring binder, Robin, with 30 pages? Holy cow. How many different mediums do you have? I mean, I guess it can get rather daunting when you've got a large coloring set. Mine isn't nearly that big. I mean, I've got the polys, I've got the pits, I've got the irigens, I've got the tombos, I've got the Copics. I don't have a color chart for my zigs. I should make a color chart for my zigs at some point. Otherwise, I've got, I suppose I could do color charts for, or at least swatches of, so I know what colors I have. But I mean, it's one of those things where a lot of them don't have naming conventions, so I'd have to come up with my own numbering system and labeling my markers, and right now I just don't have time for that. That's what we all aspire to, Grace, is to becoming more like Dee Dee. She is like the thing that we all look up to. I don't know why I just called her a thing. Man, maybe I need to go back to bed. Words are hard. 42 pages, 28 sets of pencils, 3 marker sets, fine line. Oh, wow. That is impressive, Robin. And I thought my spreadsheets were excessive. I like it. 175. Don't be surprised if I come knocking at your door so I can just flip through this binder. Okay, so we got dark sepia. I'm just fascinated by how other people organize their supplies. I can't tell you the number of art space tours that I've watched, or art organization videos that I've watched just because I'm fascinated by it. And I like to steal ideas from people. That's where I got the idea for a couple of my marker holders. The shelves that I have next to me right now. Hi, Galinda. Hi, Morticia. Okay, so those are all the new colors I have, which means I am now going to open up the colored pencils. And I know this is white, but I'm gonna pretend like I'm swatching it anyways. So it's pretty much just gonna lighten the words. But it makes me feel better because if I didn't put it down, I feel like I was lying. Okay, and then we have 102 cream, which is right here. There we go. Let's see. Oops, gotta make sure. See what. 5. And I'm hoping with me doing this hex chart that I use these colors a bit more. So I was thinking about doing another picture in Succulent Dragons, especially now that I have more of those earthy tones. Okay, and this is 105 light cadmium yellow. I just love the feel of these pencils. I have no idea what just happened and why I decided that I was done with that color. Apparently my hand knows better than I do. You know, I think I just woke up and my body decided that it was going to be a klutz today. Okay, this is 106, light chrome yellow. I don't know if anybody else experiences days where they just fling things for no apparent reason, or drop things, or run into things. I tripped over my husband's shoes within minutes of each other. Not even minutes, within a single minute, twice. I knew exactly where the shoes were, but for whatever reason, it's just like, oh, I'm gonna go do the same thing that I just did. And of course, they're not light shoes. They're protected. The foot has, you know, that nice protective, yeah, steel-toed. I'm like, what am I trying to say? So there's steel-toed shoes that I'm kicking with my bare feet. Oh no. Yeah, I'm always paranoid when I print something off. I have to check to make sure the right paper's in there, and oh no. And that's probably not cheap paper either. I am so sorry. The print was awesome. It's true. It's probably really, really crisp. Okay. Yeah, I was actually fighting with my printer right before the stream started because I don't use my printer very often, and so it was being a pain in my butt, and I had to clean the heads. Okay, 185 Naples yellow. Hi, Angela. Well, and I'm just glad that I bought a whole bunch of ink for the wedding because I was making my own signs and things, because the printer was yelling at me that we're out of ink, we're out of ink. And of course, I'm like, I want you to print black and white. Why does it matter if you're out of cyan? Honestly, do you need cyan to print black? No, no you don't. But luckily I had a little bit on stock. But I don't understand that. If you're printing black and white, why should the colors matter? Okay, we've got 111, which is cadmium orange, which is up here. As you can tell, I haven't actually used this color before. Excuse me. The point is way too nice. Lurk away. I have no problem with lurkers. I myself am very prone to lurking, especially these last couple of weeks. I haven't been as active in the chats as I've wanted to be, but just too much to do at the same time. But I have been keeping up with all of you guys, watching what you guys are coloring and whatnot. Let's see. That is a very interesting orange. Let's see, okay, 155, which is dark cadmium orange, which I'm assuming is 115, right up here. That is a fun orange. I'm not a huge orange fan most of the time. I mean, orange and yellows I don't find I use a lot, which is surprising because in the picture we just colored, I had the red and or the yellow and orange flower. It's mostly me trying to push myself to use colors I don't normally use. Okay, this is 117, which is light cadmium red, which is right up here. Am I starting to go off screen? Your printer orders ink for you? That would be amazing. I just wish ink wasn't so stinking expensive. I have a, what is that? Epson Artisan. just because of the graphic work that sometimes I have to print. And so it's really nice for that, but still a pain. So I also need to go and figure out what color alongs are happening this month. I completely lost track of that, and I need to update my color along list. Did Shalene have her live stream on Friday, and did she talk about those? I missed it. Okay, this is 121 pale cadmium, or geranium lake, pale geranium lake. 121, up here. Okay, I was wondering because I'm like, I don't remember seeing her come up on my feed. I know this weekend is a holiday weekend, so a lot of people might be spending time with family and such. Hi, Candy. So that might be why we're not seeing a lot of people stream, at least in the US. I keep forgetting that I don't have to go to work tomorrow. I have to remind myself. Let's see if I accidentally get in my car and start driving there. It's a possibility. And then it'll be completely dead. Nobody in the office and be like, where did everybody go? But it won't be until like 3 hours later until I notice that. Just because I'm oblivious. Okay, 217 medium cadmium red. 217, 217, 217. Oh man, I am smearing the color. Story of my life. Right there. I really should get a tissue or something to put under my hand. But you know what? We live dangerously on this stream.
Would you like a tissue?
No. That would involve going all the way up the stairs. See, I mean, look how similar that middle cadmium red is to that Indian red. I mean, there's a little more red in it, but not much. Okay. I have the inability to color in the lines. I apologize. Oh, goodness. Hi, Katrina! I suppose I can, you know, clean up my smudges. Maybe learn how to color without dragging my hand through the colored pencils. It's a learning curve. It's a learning curve. I get it? A little bit in there. That won't be the first nor the last time that I do that. I have to say, I absolutely adore my kneaded eraser. It's one of my all-time favorite things. Okay. Waiting for the circle. There we go. Someday I will get through the stream without the deciding to participate in the stream by letting me know that it doesn't exist. see. That's okay. It was just me babbling about being classy. So maybe the internet was just making a statement. Here we go. What's next? Next we have 225 dark red. This is right here. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna have to go periodically back and clean up everything that I am smudging right now. You can tell that I am a marker girl because I don't even think about what happens when I slide my hand over a page. So I am slowly getting used to the fact that colored pencils aren't necessarily permanent. They have a dust to them that you can smear across the page with just the side of your hand. It's a little painful of a lesson. Okay, we are going to do what? 133, which is magenta, one of my favorite colors. Would think that it would be relatively in the same area. There we go, it's right there. No, I haven't heard. Okay, that is seriously getting annoying. I'm not thrilled with the internet so far. Okay, Kim, I was just saying that I haven't heard anything from Anne or about Anne. And then I was wondering what the Sue colors were, what kind of markers they were, and if they were brush tip or bullet tip, if they were alcohol based or water based, and all of the details. I need it all. And then I was commenting to myself, apparently, about how creepy I can be, which I guess really isn't all that new. I talk to myself all the time. The thing that happens. Okay, and then we've got 142, which is matter. Right there. Hi, Tammy. Welcome to the awkward world of coloring in a Polychromos hex chart, where April just babbles endlessly about anything and everything, and occasionally a puppy snorts in the background. Oh, but Kim, just wait. I can be creepy, randomly scrape my nails on closed doors, just 'cause. Bullet chisel alcohol tip. Okay. You have to check them out. I probably won't get them, but I'm always interested in hearing more about. Let's see. This is 226, which is crimson. Something crimson. Alizarin? Arzarin? This, I'm just gonna not pronounce that one. Sometimes the names of these things. Yeah, I have noticed that trend, Grace, is that there's a lot of places coming out with metallic. Okay. Stedler metal. Please tell me I'm not still buffering and I'm not talking to myself, because you guys are too amazing for me to talk to myself. Okay. I think that's frozen. It's okay. I want to. Who just recently? I saw a review over metallic markers that just came out. And who did the review? I don't even remember. And I'm trying to even remember what brand of marker they were. Story of my life. I think they were Spectrum Noir. I think so. I think it's Spectrum Noir that just came out with a metallic set. Might be making that. Yeah, the gear guy. Thank you. Someone knows what I'm talking about. Oh, goodness. This is 127, which is pink carmine. Yeah. Okay, so you know what I'm talking about. I didn't make it up out of the top of my head, which is a possibility. I am bound and determined to finish this color chart in this stream. But let's see what the internet decides. It is looking kind of cool. Okay, and then we've got 124, which is rose carmine. As you can tell, I really like the pink colors. So I kind of may have all of the pinks. Yeah, I love watching the art gear guy because he is just so technical about his reviews and what he puts the utensils through. And I appreciate that. I wish I had that kind of time. Or that mindset sometimes. But a lot of times I'm like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Look what I can do. I couldn't tell you any of the scientific things about it, but look what it can do. Oh, yep, and his accent. Agreed. He's another one of those ones that I can just turn on and just chill to. Okay, my other favorite color. 123, which is fuchsia. Now, this is my all-time favorite color. You can just tell me that something is fuchsia, and I immediately want it. I might not even have a use for it, but because it's fuchsia, I need it. Such a pretty color. So my Fitbit died, and so I had to order another one. And it's been a while since I've ordered a Fitbit. And then I realized that one of the color options was fuchsia, and I may have freaked out a little bit. Just a touch. Sadly, it's on back order, so I have to sit and wait for it, but it's fuchsia. Okay, and this is 125, which is middle purple pink. It's definitely a purpley pink. Dun, 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 dun. And then we've got 128, which is light purple pink. It's just right here. Oh my gosh, I have been seeing everybody using the pan pastels recently. And they look so creamy and amazing that I started to have a little bit of color envy. So for a little while there, I'm like, I should get a set. And then I started really thinking about it, and I'm like, April, you have literally no idea how or when you would use something like that. Let's figure out how to use colored pencils first. Maybe play a little bit with the gelatos, and then maybe move to the pan pastels. 129, which is Pink Madder Lake. And I tell myself that about different coloring utensils all of the time. And then a month or so later, I will have started purchasing them. So it's a cycle I go through where I'm like, I need this. No, I don't need this. But I need this. You don't need it. Okay, I'm buying it. Does that matter? No. You know, sometimes it's, you know, you just get something so you can sit there and smell it and pet it and just be like, look what I have. And then your husband gives you the look. And then you kindly remind him, but see, I have this budget line item that I can do anything I want with. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. No, I think I'm going to complete my Poly collection first. And then maybe I'll move over the pan. Actually, I'll probably get the Holbeins after that, because I have no shame. Yep, that's exactly it, Angela. 119, light magenta. I'm sometimes that way about my Copics because I would love to have all 358 colors. I have no idea what I would do with that many colors, but just to say that I have all 358 colors. There's a reason I find Pokemon Go so dang addictive. It's because I need all of the things. Like, all of the things. That's exactly it, Tammy. Holbeins seem to be like the top. Once you have the Holbeins. Holbeins and Copics. I find that those are the two things that people are always like, these. I tell myself when I first get into a certain colored pencil or a certain marker or something, like, I will get just a few of these things, and that's all I'll need. I mean, I'll test it out and I'll probably hate it. I just need a few of them, and then I end up creating spreadsheets and color charts, and I'm like, there's a blank. I can't have a blank. Oh, I'm sorry, Tammy. Yeah, the probably the only other reason why I've continued playing it is because my husband plays it with me, and then my best friend and her fiance play it. So every once in a while, we'll just like get together and we'll go and be nerds. It's true. All YouTubers do have wish list. I know I definitely do. It's bad. But I for all kinds of things. Right now, I'm slowly, I don't know if I told you what this is. This is 135, which is the light red violet. Right now, I've been eyeballing dog sweaters. So I might have a very long Etsy list of all the different dog outfits that I wish I could purchase. I just wish they weren't so dang expensive. So like I was looking at raincoats for the boys the other day, and I found one that was so adorable. And then I ended up looking, you know, measuring them out and seeing what size they were and putting it in. And then these raincoats ended up being like $70 a piece. I'm like, no, probably not right now. I like to spoil them, but a bit excessive. And see, I'm the complete opposite, Angela. I started with markers. Markers are my home base. It's these colored pencils that I'm still trying to figure out. I don't fully understand them. I usually get myself into trouble. Yeah, Etsy is so stinking dangerous. Okay, so 194, which is red violet. Right up here. So yeah, I'm that way about all of my furless babes. I have Etsy list for all of them. I've got one list for the guinea pigs, and then one list for the dogs, and then one list for the cats. Of course, there's all kinds of sweater and cute outfits and toys and trees and everything else and all that nonsense. I have a problem. So yeah. Someday I'll actually learn how to knit or crochet shirts, and I won't have to pay exorbitant prices. So 160, which is magnesium violet. You are not alone. You are not alone. We are slowly getting there, guys. Slowly but surely. Okay, 138 violet. Sump pump is talking. It's making weird noises. We had so much rain in the last 24 hours. So I don't know if a lot of you guys know about the wonderful state of Nebraska and their obsession with the Cornhuskers. But we were supposed to have our first game yesterday. And so it was a zoo here. And then, of course, we had some serious storms come through. And at this point, the game has been canceled. And there was people who drove in from all over the place and filled up all of the hotels. And I just feel really bad for the people who paid for these tickets. But I mean, they had great tailgating weather right before the game, and then everything is now flooded and a disaster area. Okay, this is 1-3 Silent. Oh, the joyful weight of Amazon. I won't lie, I have stocked many packages. Okay, so, I mean, I have contemplated, like, a swatch book, or, like, even putting these hex charts in a book of some kind, but the way I carry my stuff all around the house, it's more practical for me to have just a sheet for whatever I'm using. And then I love how hex charts like this. And then just having everything on one page. I don't like flipping to find the right colors thing in like one small little cheat sheet. Just a little cheat sheet. Because otherwise it's too much effort. And then I won't use colors because I don't see them right in front of my face. I am in the beautiful middle of nowhere, Nebraska. That is where I am. I mean, I guess theoretically it's not in the middle of nowhere, but... Okay, so this is a funny story. I went to, was it when I went... I've done a couple homestays when I was younger. One of them was in France, and one of them was in Australia. And I stayed for a little while, and I think it was in France. And I stayed with the host family. Originally, they thought I was from Alaska. And no, I had to politely explain that no, I wasn't from Alaska. I was from the nice, boring state of Nebraska. And she was a little disappointed. Because no, I can't tell you all about sled dogs and all of that awesomeness. Yep, just corn. Lots and lots of corn and cows and beans. Soybeans. 249, which is mauve. So yes, the most exciting thing that never really happens around here is the Cornhuskers play. And that's when I decide not to leave my house. Because I don't want to deal with the crowds. But it does have one benefit, because the Cornhuskers always play on Black Friday during the day, which means everywhere is deserted and I can do Black Friday shopping without the crowds. It's amazing. Okay. 141 Delph Blue. Dun, dun, dun. I feel like I need to have music playing in the background. I mean, I can make my own music. I don't think you guys would appreciate it. 151, which is Helio Blue Reddish, excuse me. Yeah, I've been known to randomly make up songs on the spot with some fairly interesting lyrics. And I receive eye rolls quite often. I am the queen of eyeball receivage. Oh, well, that just sounds wrong. I do not receive eyeballs, rolls. Though that would be, you know, great for Halloween. Which I may or may not decide to get Halloween decorations out some point. Maybe. It might happen. So if you see Halloween decorations pop up in my videos, do not be surprised. Because, gosh dang it, Halloween is my favorite, and I want to put all of my Halloween stuff out. And in the past, my roommate would not let me until October 1st. But she is no longer my roommate. So I can do whatever I please because my husband says I can. So, like I said, there might be random Halloween decorations just showing up. That's how I live my life. And then they probably won't go down until the middle of November. Okay, and this is 143, which is cobalt blue. Oh, I love it, Angela. I love it. Oh, Tammy, that's awesome. I wish I could pull that off. I'm just... Maybe I'll slowly start introducing it and let it gradually just take over my whole house in such a way that no one, like, really notices. What do you mean I have Halloween stuff up? This is just normal talking about. Hi, Michelle. Wednesday Addams of the coloring world. Yes, I love it. I love it so much. Planning to dress. Oh, yeah, I always dress up the animals, Elizabeth. Last year, the girls, I think one of them was a duck. Yeah. And the other one was Yoda. Sounds right. Something like that. But we'll have to find costumes for the boys. I'll have to go check that out, Tammy, because now I am extremely interested. Because you sound like my kind of girl. I tried to convince my husband that one of the new dogs needed to be named Spook. That didn't quite take. Sadly. You know, this whole naming something with somebody else is just not fun. 120, ultramarine. Yeah, my girls are very, very used to being clothed. I mean, it's part of their breed since they're hairless. I have to have them in sweaters come fall. And so at this point, they're like, well, fine. Just put it on and leave me alone. I'll deal. So they've been wearing clothes since they were kittens. I actually stole a couple sweaters from the girls' wardrobe, wearing them right now, because they're hanging out with us in the basement, and apparently the basement is just a touch too cold for their liking. And so they were sitting there and they were shivering. But they seem to be doing fine with their sweaters. So 140, which is light ultramarine. Oh, Tammy, that sounds adorable. We just got new harnesses for the boys because the way their collars were, it wasn't working. But they're leather chest straps. And the first thing my husband said is they remind him of bondage. I'm like, no, we're just going to say they're joining up. It's fine. So they've got leaded, buckled contraptions that they wear. I think they're adorable. Oh, Elizabeth. I bet that was interesting trying to get them into those outfits. Because, I mean, the armholes aren't quite in the same place that the cat's arms are at. 144, which is cobalt blue greenish. There we go. And then we've got 110, which is phthalo blue. Dee. Yeah, sometimes you just find the most chill cats ever. And it is amazing. Nissa's that way. She pretty much lets me carry her around like a baby and do whatever I want. She can't get away from me. Woohoo! Now I get to flip the page, or my book of colored pencils. I don't know what you call this thing. My carrying case. Flip my carrying case. Okay, so 152, which is middle phthalo blue. Just right here. And of course, I just went crazy and colored right over the edge. we go. Dun, 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 dun. And then we've got 145, which is the light phthalo blue. I may have gotten all of these colors just because the word phthalo is so much fun to say. And it is such a weird looking word. I get things for the weirdest reasons. I won't lie. And it's one of those things where I start out a coloring set and I'll have to justify which colors I want. And usually it starts out because, oh, I like this color. Oh, I like this color. And then when I'm expanding out, I'm like, I like the name of this color. So let's get this color next. That's how logic works in my brain. It's not because I need a certain color. It's because I want a certain color. Okay, and then we've got 149, which is bluish turquoise. At some point, I probably need to go in and sharpen some of these pencils. I'm just getting a little dark. Maybe. We're slowly getting there, guys. I'm liking this. Okay, so we've got 246, which is Prussian blue. I haven't counted how many of these I have, but I feel like I have over half of the colors at this point. Because what, there's 120 in a poly set? I think I have around 80 or so, would be my guess. Which you can already start seeing where I have some of the holes. Okay, and then I got 155, which is Helio Turquoise. Oh my goodness, we've almost been here for 2 hours. 12:40. Well, thank you guys for sticking with me. You guys are kind of amazing, I won't lie. Okay, and then I got 153, which is Cobalt Turquoise. The turquoises are some too. Love me my pinks and my turquoises, and then my cyan style blues. It's usually the order in which I start picking up colors. And then we've got 154, which is light cobalt turquoise. Right here. Ooh, are we talking about the periodic table? Yeah, I can see how it's kind of like the periodic table. Once upon a time, I had that memorized. So not the case now. Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking. It was 120. Then we got 156, which is cobalt green. Such pretty colors. I really need to use these more. I think the next picture I start, I'm going to the colored pencils. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. 158, which is deep cobalt green. Right. Yeah, I need to get back into coloring. I think the last thing I colored before well, last time I didn't even color this week. Not since my stream. Like I said, it's been a little chaotic. But I think it's starting down a little bit. Finding our footing. And plus, I don't have to, like, continue to keep a secret from my best friend as she's freaking out in my ear. I can't be like, oh no, it's gonna be fine. So, my best friend, she got engaged Friday. And of course, I knew it was happening. It's one of those things that you can't say, like, it's gonna be okay. This thing is coming up. You can breathe. It's gonna be fine. But of course, at the same time, she thinks she's planning this surprise birthday party for her now fiance, when in reality, she was planning the party in which he was going to propose to her at. So I have him over here asking, well, what if I did this? What if I did this? What if I did this? And then you have her over here being like, how do I make sure he doesn't know about this thing? I'm like, hun, he knows about this thing. But I can't, like, actually say that because she's not supposed to know that he actually knows. It was a great big mess. But it was a great big fun mess. And it all turned out okay. And now we can all take naps. I don't know if I told you what color this was. I get so excited about telling that story. This is 159, which is hooker green. So yeah, she's super excited. And I told her she's not allowed to think about any wedding planning until this weekend is over. Just kind of bask in the joy, engaged for just a little while before all the chaos starts. 264, dark phthalo green. Let's see, 264. No, I said hooker. You would think I would say booker, but no, that's hooker green. Technically, there's an apostrophe, so it's hookers green. That might be. I never put that together. I mean, it could be like no. Sometimes the name choices in these things. I agree. They have some amazing greens in these sets. It would be kind of cool if we knew the backstory on some of these names. Because, I mean, we've got Hooker's Green, and then I believe there's like a Van Dyke. What is it? Gray, I think? Somewhere in this set. Is it a Van Dyke Gray or... No, it's a Van Dyke Brown. I'm like, why? Why is it... What does Van Dyke have to do with the brown?
William Jackson Hooker was an English illustrator from the 1800s. It's named after him.
Okay, so it's a last name. It's not a profession. It's good to know. Hooker's was an illustrator. Oh, and see, yeah,
He was also a renowned botanist.
Well, and they just said it in the chat too. He created the special pigment for the leaves.
Yeah.
Okay, that's kind of cool. Well, you learned something. I feel a little less weird about that now. Let's see, 276, which is chrome oxide green. No, this is chrome oxide green Fury. There we go. Because there is a chrome oxide green. That is rather disturbing, Tammy. I mean, oh dear. Well, isn't the cadmium red made from bugs?
Mm-hmm.
And that's why it's called cadmium, if I remember correctly.
Cadmium's an element.
Oh, you're right. I'm so intelligent.
Shellac comes from shells.
Thank you.
Beetle shells.
So the naming doesn't come from the bugs, but the color does. Note to self, do not eat my cadmium colors. Got it. Yeah, I mean, I literally have no problem eating bugs. I've eaten several bugs, fried and cooked from various different places. At this point, it's just like protein, I guess. I mean, I don't know if I'd pick a bug off the ground and eat it. But, 161 phthalo green. My husband corrected me on the cadmium, so yes, I thought about it. Yes, element. I know these things, but sometimes I choose not to know these things. Yeah, I mean, it is. I like seeing the colors laid out like this because you get to see the nice range and how they all play together. And it's just cool to see it more from like these reds to the reds to the pinks to the purples to the blues to the greens. assuming we're gonna come back around and we're gonna go into the yellows and the grays and the browns. So we have 163, which is emerald green, which I had to get because emerald is the stone of my birth month, so it only seemed necessary. I have to say, I'm not a huge fan of the emerald stone. Most of the time, when it comes to like birthstones, I choose the diamond because it's my name rather than the emerald because it's my birth month. It's just, I don't know. Maybe it's because it's green. I don't know. I'm not a huge green person. Plus, diamonds go with everything. Am I right? Maybe someday, if it's the right colored emerald. Not that I wear a lot of jewelry anyways. Let's see, 162, which is light phthalo green. Look at that color. I think we might go over time a little bit, if that's okay with you guys, just until we get this completely filled out. If you guys don't mind, I mean, unless you guys have got something else to do, then by all means, you do not need to stay with me, but I think I'm just gonna keep on going until I finish out all these colors. This is 166, which is grass green. Over here. Yeah, because normally I'll usually end about now because I know Anne streams, but from the sounds of it, doesn't sound like she's going to be streaming today, which is unfortunate. Unless she's hanging out with family, then by all means, that makes lots of sense. Okay, yeah, I must have missed that video. We have 6, which is permanent green. Man, I have a lot more greens than I thought I did. Then we have 267, which is pine green. Here we go. So did you guys have any special plans for this weekend? 'Cause like I said, it's a holiday weekend for us here in the States. we didn't have really anything special planned. Mostly just trying to get all of the animals to accept each other, which seems to be going really, really well. We had Nissa, I don't know if I talked about this yet. We had Nissa actually hanging out with us last night with the dogs. Sometimes I think the best plans is not having plans. Because then you can just kind of like chill, just do whatever. I keep taking random naps. It's great. You know, sometimes it's nice to just have personal time. I can understand that. 278, which is chrome oxide green. Because usually, about once a week, my husband, he goes off and he hangs out with the boys and he golfs and all that kind of stuff. And I just chill at home with all the animals. And it's glorious. There's something to be said to be in the house alone, unsupervised. Not that I really do anything exciting. Most of the time I'm just giving everybody baths. I'm a real partier. But yeah, no, I will choose staying home over doing something most days of the week. It's just, I'm one of those homebodies. 165, which is Jupiter green. And I will always try to avoid crowds, which is part of the reason we went to Iceland for our honeymoon. If you want to go someplace, bless you. If you want to go someplace and not have to deal with, bless you, and not have to deal with crowds, go to Iceland in April. You just get the tail end of the northern lights, unfortunately. And you don't get to see any of the animals coming out quite yet. You have to go later in the summer for that, but yep, I chose someplace cold because I didn't want to deal with the crowds of someplace warm. Plus, I'm just not like a bathing suit type of person. I like bundling up. I like wearing scarves and boots and stuff. Okay, this is 173, which is olive green yellowish. Well, I'm glad you could hang out for a little while. Because yeah, this is going a lot longer than I normally go. I don't ever think I've gone over 2 hours before. This is new for me. We're just gonna go with it. I feel like I'm a real color tubist now because I have a ridiculously long stream. Bye, Angela. Well, and when I started these streams, I was a little bit terrified because I'm not usually a talker. I mean, you can get me in certain moods and I will just babble at you endlessly. But I'm like, I'm going to sit on these streams and I'm not going to have anything to say. Why is someone going to want to watch me? I've got nothing. But I find that if you just start saying words and keep saying words, somehow it just works. This is 168, which is earth green yellowish. And of course, if there's anything you guys ever want to know, feel free to ask. And I can babble about that instead. But otherwise, I'm going to find random mundane things because trust me, my life is not that exciting. So you get to hear about my animals, about the new puppies and the kitty cats. They will always be my default topic because I am just that mom. Either that or whatever book I'm reading, but right now I'm not reading anything. I am thinking about picking up Victoria Schwab's new book. I think it's called Ghost Town. I put it up on my Instagram account. I can't even remember what it's called now. I feel like a horrible booktuber. And then this one is Caput Mortem Violet, which is 263. Where is that? I would think it'd be in the brown somewhere, right? Nope, it's clear over here. Oh yeah, I love Victoria Schwab too. I've never read any of her middle grade books, which is what this new ghost book is. But as soon as I learned that the synopsis of the book, it was talking about a girl who can actually see ghosts and all that kind of nonsense, I'm like, you wrote this book exactly for me, right? This is why this book exists, right? Because that's usually why I pick up most things. Because if you start talking about ghosts in the description of your book, you better believe that it will be on my wish list. So I don't even mind that it's middle grade. I will probably love that thing to death. We are on the last row of colors, guys. Yeah, no, I don't. There's something about zombies. I think I've sort of had this conversation on stream before, but zombies are not sophisticated enough. They like the gore and they like just throwing body parts everywhere and they like making a mess, and I can't handle it. I can't. Something in me, there's all kinds of squirm. But see, then you get ghost stories where they're talking about his arm like hanging off and all that kind of thing, and I can handle that. I don't know what it is. I think it's the fact that they're actually eating other people. Like, not sucking blood, but they're legit like taking bites out of people, and it's hard for me. I don't know how my brain works. It's just hard for me. We got 193, which is burnt carmine. Apparently I do have these colors. So yeah, I mean, I think it's all about the zombies' dietary choices. I do not support their dietary choices.
So judgy.
Yes, I am extremely judgy. Yeah, I'm gonna continue on until I finish coloring this whole chart. I'm bound and determined. Might be going a little long today, but this is gonna happen. But like I said, we are on the last row, so we are almost there. Then I have 130, which is dark flesh, which is right here. It's just these hexes are a lot bigger than the ones on the Copic chart. Not that I'm complaining, because you get a nice swatch of the color. It's just taking me a lot longer than I was anticipating. Okay, then we have 191, which is Pompeian Red. Here we go. Oh. Right, Melissa? I'm like, I am excited to see this thing filled out. Because I'm starting to realize how close some of these colors are and how they kind of relate to each other. Let's see. So this is 190, which is Venetian Red, which is over here. And one cool thing about these hex charts that Sandy does is that not only does she give you a blank version of these charts, but she also gives you a fit as well that she filled in herself and then she photocopied. So you can, in relationship to like the holes that you have and what color that would be and how it fills into your chart, and then you can decide if you want to get it or not. I'm just saying, once you get the hex chart and you start seeing all of those beautifully blank areas, Melissa, you're going to start wanting more, like all of them. Okay, so this is 187, which is burnt ochre, which is right here. You can deny it all you want. I've been trying to deny it. I'm still trying to deny it. I'm like, I have 170. I don't need any more. I don't. Ooh, shiny. So yes, I am easily distracted from my, I don't need any. Well, and of course they have, right now they're doing these special sets of Copics that one for each month. So they'll call it like the May set or the June set or the August set, where they pick 3 colors that they match together. Eyeballing them. And I'm not, I keep telling myself that I'm not allowed to get one of these sets unless I have none of the colors in the set. Sadly, that hasn't happened yet. So, yeah, I follow the, I think it's Copic US Twitter account and these monthly sets. And then you can do artwork with just those colors, and there's a contest and all of that kind of stuff. It's addicting. So, yes. I'm trying to limit myself right now by saying I will oogle these sets of markers, but I can only get them if I don't have any of the colors. So this is 183, which is the light yellow ochre. But the thing about Copics, Elizabeth, is that you can refill them. So I feel really weird about having backup markers for something that I can just refill. And so I'm trying to avoid buying duplicates. Okay, I wondered if they had as well. But yeah, they have some gorgeous colors. And then there's like one or so of those in the set that I'm like, I don't have that color. I need that color now. And, you know, theoretically, I could go and I could buy it. Just that color. But at the same time, it's just, yeah. I have to limit myself somehow. Oh, my justification. However, if I am ordering from Blick and I haven't quite reached the free shipping yet, I will go through, you know, my Polys or my Copics or any of those things and decide, okay, is there a color that I don't have that I really, really need? And then I will justify that purchase because, hey, I needed free shipping. You know, you can't order from Blick without getting free shipping. This is what used to get me in trouble on Amazon before I got Prime. Okay, this is 184, which is dark Naples Ochre, which is right here. So shopping on Blicks can be dangerous because all of a sudden I end up with a whole handful of polys that I wasn't initially intending on buying, but, you know, I needed free shipping. Oh no, Melissa. Well, I mean, I guess you can have backups in case, you know, something were to happen to one of the markers. I think if I ever got duplicates, for whatever reason, I would make a little set and I'd do like a giveaway or something. Because I only got so much space. And it's really cheap to buy tip replacements, and I have a drawer of tip replacements because I am mean to tips. Oh, excuse me. I have 182, which is brown ochre. Oh, that's exciting! Yay, Amazon packages! Melissa. Yeah, no, I mean, you have to be like extremely on the ball, Copics, because if you're not paying attention to what's in different sets or what you've already got, it's very, very easy to buy duplicates. Okay, so brown ochre right here. I actually accidentally bought refills that I already had. So now I have 2 refills of some of the colors, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. They'll get used at some point. But at the same time, I'm like, why did I do that? Oh, pan pastel. Oh, yep. I may be a little jealous right now. Just a little. Oh, everybody's getting their Amazon packages now. Oh dear. I feel like I need to... Oh, no, I already did this morning. Never mind. I don't need to order anything. I just have to wait now. It's nothing really exciting. It's all dog food. Okay, I have 179, which is Bristol... Barista. I can read. It's fine. That's okay, Kimberly. We can be jealous over here with each other. I'll just be that uncool who orders dog food instead of coloring supplies. What am I? What is my life? Why do I make these life choices? Sorry, I'm feeling a little bit like a drama queen right now. Well, that's a bummer, Melissa. Yeah, I actually all of my babes are on raw. So they're on Instinct and Stella and Chewy freeze-dried raw, which I just rehydrate. And so I get them from Amazon, and they absolutely adore the stuff. But yeah, Fia, she has all kinds of food allergies. She can't have eggs. She can't have chicken. I don't think she can have pea protein, and I stay away from grain. So that's why we've switched to raw, which I love Amazon because I have it on monthly delivery. And so you get that nice discount every month. It's like 15% off. Love it. Okay, so this is 176, which is the Van Dyke Brown. Yeah, fountain pens are fascinating. They are as scary as heck. I mean, I look at them and I'm like, how do they actually work? I don't understand the mechanics of a fountain pen, especially like the ones that you have to dip in the ink and then don't actually have the ink in them. I'm like, how do you use these? Don't understand. I mean, it's probably one of those things that once you actually get it in your hand, the mechanics of it just like make sense. But they're like two-pronged. Like, what's going on? What? Which is why I was asking you the other day, Melissa, if you were ever going to do a video on them. Because I'm like, my brain, it's the concept of fountain pens. Look at 280, which is burnt umber. If you get mad at someone, you can stab them with a pen. Oh, yeah, that could be dangerous. Just a touch. No, I'm kind of like one of those like hippie pet parents, I guess you can call it. Because I've just been looking into raw and the benefits of raw. But at the same time, it's like, I don't have the time to prepare raw food or the mental capacity to make sure that they've got all the nutrients and stuff like that. So that's why everyone is on or is slowly being weaned onto the freeze-dried raw. And they seem to be doing pretty well on it. But I mean, they also used to be on wet food as well, which I think is way better than just doing dry food. But I mean, each tummy is different, so there's benefits all directions. Okay, Melissa. I look forward to when you find one. Okay, 283, which is burnt sienna. But yeah, there was one point in my life where I'm like, I'm gonna be organic and cool and like all of the hip people on YouTube, and I'm going to make my own pet food. I'm like, wait, what? You mean I have to buy a meat grinder? Wait, it has to be able to grind bones? And then I have to add all of these like supplements to it? Nope, 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 nope. Ain't nobody got no time for that. Maybe if I was a stay-at-home pet mom, hint, hint, but I'm not. No, that's just something that me and my husband joke about every time, you know, we have some kind of increase of cash in the bank account or whatever. I'm like, one step closer to being a stay-at-home pet mom. Life goal. As a stay-at-home mom, you still don't have time for that. Yeah. It's one of those things. If I did stay at home, I'd still be like, no. Okay, so we have 275, which is warm gray 6. 275. Well, and it's also one of those things that we can't always be home all of the time. And so I want them on some kind of feeding regimen that someone can come in and feed them on and not be completely grossed out or confused. So if we're gone for like a week or 2 weeks, I can't have somebody randomly making raw food for them. That doesn't make sense. And we can't always take them with us. That doesn't make sense either. So it is what it is.
Step 1, hunt a wild turkey.
We're gonna live off the land. Catch all of our own food. Live like our ancestors. No, thank you. I like my heating and my air conditioning and my flushing toilet. Thank you very much. Okay, 271, which is warm gray 2. Well, look at the tip of that colored pencil. Don't judge me. Nobody judge me. Nobody judge me. It is so blunt. It's bad. Okay, and then I've got 231, which is a cool gray 2, which I think is up here. Oh, it's right next to it. There we go. Yeah, you know, the ideal thought of, you know, eating healthy and organic and clean and all that kind of stuff, while I think it would be cool and awesome, it is unrealistic for time management. I mean, that has to be like literally all that you do. So I have 2, 3, 4, 5 right here, which is why we get HelloFresh, because I don't have the time or the mental capacity to decide which ingredients I need to get. It's just nice for it to like suddenly show up. And maybe I'm a little spoiled, but that is how I choose to live my life right now. Thank you very much. Yep, that's exactly it, Melissa. It's like I tried to pay attention to those things, but sometimes it's just like you got to say, well, yeah, it is what it is. Which I know there are a lot of people who do not like that saying, but you know what? Sometimes it is what it is. Okay, I got 181, which is Payne's Gray. Right up there. Here we go. It's like I have a friend, gluten intolerant and dairy intolerant, and just the rigmarole that she has to go through to eat makes me very thankful that I don't have a ton of food allergies, because that will vastly change how you live your life. Okay, and I think that we are on the last color, guys. Which is black, 199. I only have a few holes left that I need to fill. Can definitely see which colors I am very much drawn to compared to others. Right? I'm a little bit in love with this. Okay, maybe more than a little bit in love with this. I might do this and then adapt it for my pit pens, because now I really want one for my pit pens. So that is the hex chart filled out for all the colored pens, or the color, yeah, all the colors that I have. So it looks like I have a good handful of greens, and I don't have any of the metallics because, let's be honest, I don't see myself needing metallics a lot. And then I've got a few grays, and then, you know, yellows and oranges. I'm not a big yellow and orange person, but we start at this side of the chart and getting these colors and then slowly working my way that direction. I don't know. But thank you guys for sticking with me. I got this chart from Sandy Alnock. So if you go to her website, which is sandyalnock.com, she has like 4 different hex charts that you can pick up. And they are absolutely amazing. I have her Copic one as well, which I live and die by this chart. It is amazing. So, yes. Thank you guys for sticking with me for the extra half hour it took. I'm so glad you guys decided to join me, and I heart all of your beautiful faces. I will be back here next Sunday at the same time, 11 Central, and I hope to see you there. Bye.